Alright everyone, welcome back. So, the Ottawa Senators have been eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs in 2024. They did get eliminated a few days ago, so this video is a little bit late. I do apologize for that to all Sens fans everywhere. I'm sure, though, this is not the video you wanted to see. You would rather see the Senators have clinched a playoff spot, but unfortunately, it's another year of being eliminated. The 7th straight season this team has missed the playoffs. It's been a rough 7 years. It has. This team has gone through a lot. We thought that at this point, this team would at least be getting back to the playoffs. But nope, another year of really disappointing. It really sucks to see because I have been really high on the Ottawa Senators for many years, and they've just never lived up to expectations. So, at the time of elimination, prior to their game tonight against Florida, the Sens are currently 34, 39, and 4 for 72 points. They have scored 244 goals, have let in 268. They are 20, 18, and 2 at home, and they're 14, 21, and 2 on the road, and they're 26th in the NHL. So yeah, Ottawa, we had an expectation in here that they were at least going to come close this season and not be another team that's down lower in their division. We at least expected that they would, at least be close. They would at least, barely miss. Like, they'd be like in Philadelphia's shoes right now, where they'd be like 1 to 2 points out, and they either barely make it or they barely miss. Honestly, Detroit's shoes is kind of what I expected where Ottawa should be. Hasn't been that this year. It's been a really disappointing season from Ottawa on a lot of fronts, and it does make you concerned for the future. It does. It makes me a little concerned with what exactly is going to happen in the next couple of years, in the next couple of months with this team. Now, I do expect for them to get a coach. I don't think Staios is their permanent general manager, so there may be a lot of things that might change with the Senators, but we'll obviously find out. So, your leading scorer this season is Tim Stützle. Stützle with 75 games played, 18 goals, 52 assists for 70 points. Stützle had a much better season last year. That can clearly be shown. But obviously, this year he's been a little bit underwhelming. Obviously, too, the Senators have been all together, so that's not a surprise there. But still, a legitimate 70-point score. Maybe the ceiling that he reached last year might have been a little bit too high. Maybe he's a player who only gets around 80 to 90 points a season. I hope that's not true. But unfortunately, Stützle might be that one guy who it is what it is. But obviously, he is early on in his career. It has been a down year for not just him, but the whole team. So, and when I was doing my one player from each team that really impressed me, it was actually very difficult to kind of look at that and find a Senators player that impressed me. I went with Matthew Joseph, who is not even on my list in this video. So, yeah, rough times in Ottawa for sure. Second in scoring is Brady Tkachuk. Tkachuk with, 76 games played, 34 goals, 34 assists for 68 points with the Senators this season. It's been a rough year. It has. I think Tkachuk has definitely played well at points. He actually has the most hits in a single game in NHL history with 16. He's a physical player, fights a lot. But still, I do think that Tkachuk did say he does want to stay in Ottawa for the rest, or just at least for the time being. But I do think that eventually, when you get to enough years of this team missing, he might say, yeah, I don't really want to be here anymore. It feels like it has been years since the Sens have made it. It feels like it's been honestly forever. They have not made the playoffs since I've gotten into hockey. So they're up there in the longest droughts. They're up there with Detroit and Buffalo, actually. So we could see them be getting into that territory eventually. So that's rough. But yeah, third in scoring is Drake Batherson. Batherson with 77 games played, 27 goals, 35 assists, 62 points. Not a bad pace there for Batherson. Almost a 30-goal scorer. Maybe hits that mark before the season ends in about a week. So not bad there for Batherson. I'll take it. Fourth in scoring is Claude Giroux. Giroux with 77 games played, 21 goals, 41 assists, 62 points. Again, not a horrible season out of Giroux. It kind of shows that he's peaked a little bit too early. I don't really know if it's the fact that this team has had a down year or that Giroux is starting to decline. I really don't know. But still, 62 points is not too bad for a player of his age. And then finally, fifth in scoring is Jakob Chychrun. Chychrun with 77 games played, 13 goals, 26 assists for 39 points this season. So yeah, all around, it's been a really disappointing year. Out of Ottawa's offense, Their defense hasn't been great either, and the goaltending has not been good either when we get into that in a second. I feel like, and the weird thing is, too, is that I thought with this team signing Tarasenko, even with Kubalik, even with his struggles in Detroit, I still thought he'd be okay in Ottawa. And just, I thought that overall with their what looks like on paper really good defense, on paper great offense, it just tells me that, like, I don't know, maybe this fit isn't for everyone. It's kind of like Toronto in a way, or what we thought about Toronto in a way for a long time. The fact that Matthews, Nylander, Marner, them wasn't a great fit. We thought that for a long time. I know Toronto's made the playoffs and it's a different situation. Obviously, Senators don't like getting compared to Toronto, but maybe it's something similar to that with Ottawa. That could be something that I've definitely thought about over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I don't really know. And the thing is, too, is it could just be DJ Smith. It could have been the DJ Smith method that really screwed this team over early on in the season. That could have really been what it was. But I don't know. I really don't know. We'll find out next season what it's really going to look like. I honestly don't even know what to think of this team next year. I would like to think they could be a playoff team next year. They have the guys to do it. They have definitely the right players. They could. I honestly feel like they could be like next year's New Jersey. But at the same time, you really don't know. So there's a lot of problems they need to fix. There's a lot of problems. The main problem, I'd say, is probably the goaltending at this point. Joonas Korpisalo has had a brutal year. 20, 24, and 4 for a 3.27 goals against average and a .890 save percentage. Yeah, for the expectations that were thought of with Korpisalo, it's not been a good year. It hasn't. We figured that with the way Korpisalo even played at Columbus in the years when he was there, he wasn't even that bad on a worser team, I'd say. And additionally, too, in Los Angeles, he wasn't that bad either. I thought he'd actually be solid in Ottawa, but nope. Now they're kind of stuck in like a Jack Campbell type situation where they're stuck with that contract for a while. So that's also another really unfortunate play there for the Senators. But yeah, I just don't like. I don't know. And Forsberg for me, he's a 6'7" goalie, which I didn't even know until recently. Thanks for that off. But like I honestly I don't know if Forsberg is the guy either. 13, 12-0, a 3.36 and a .885. That's the other issue. You got goalies developing down below, like Melakainen, I think is his name, and then Mads Søgaard too. There's just I don't know, or it might be Søgaard that's really tall. Who knows? I really don't know what to think here with Ottawa's goaltending, because you see a guy like Cam Talbot too leave Ottawa, go to Los Angeles, and play out of his mind, have really good stats. You see other goalies too who have come into Ottawa and have played bad, and then have come in and then have gone to other clubs and have played really good. So maybe it's just an Ottawa thing. Maybe it's the goalie coach that's the issue. Honestly, I really don't know what to think when it comes to the Senators. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on Ottawa. And Ottawa is a hockey city. The people who say that Ottawa is not are wrong. This team has had actually higher attendance rates this year than they did last year. So the fact that this team is still struggling with that good attendance just blows mind-blowing. And it's cool, too, because you see teams usually with Canadian teams, they tend to just not tune in when their team's not good. And I'm sure there's a lot of Senators fans who haven't, but this year it's been weird because there's been a lot of sellouts. Now, you could argue that they're away fans, but obviously when it's Ottawa-Toronto, that's going to happen. But there's been a lot of sellouts for games that, are not so good of teams they're playing against. It's just weird to think, to be honest with you. Weird to look at when you just think about it. They have such great attendance, yet the team is not great. So hopefully they do that soon, or something might change there in the attendance and it might start dropping next season if this team doesn't get it together. But yeah, next year's got to be the year. Just all I'm going to say, next year's got to be the year. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on the Ottawa Senators being eliminated from the playoffs. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe down below. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm sure I'm going to have to do more of these tomorrow now that I'm caught up, because I'm sure teams are going to get eliminated tonight. I got Toronto versus the Devils on right now on my screen right below me here, and Toronto just scored 2 goals in 40 seconds. So yeah, probably Devils video coming out tomorrow. But regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.